Hello, people. Yeah, this time we're gonna be doing something different. We're gonna be doing a what if, but it requires a D&D sheet. So yeah, I'm the first person to ever do this. So take my D, I fucking murder you. Anyway, but we're gonna do what if Deku had an armor quirk. And so essentially, you can summon a suit of armor. And, yeah. And, he also has, like, mystical ability shiz that goes into it. But yeah, so, he'll have super strength, super speed, minor regeneration. But yeah. Also, Deku will look like this. Reason why, I need him to pull women. But yes. So we start out with a let's go with 10. A 10-year-old Izuku not having gone to the quirk doctor. Reason why, Inko's dead and Hizashi doesn't care. Me. Anyway. But, yeah, and so, due to that, he doesn't care. I don't care, so stay off my dick. But, yeah. So, Deku, he, like, after he gets out of school, just walks to the hospital because he wants to figure out what his quirk is. Like, he's been able to summon, like, parts of, like, armor whenever Bakugo tries to bully him. So you think that's his quirk, like he can just summon a piece of armor. So he goes to the doctor. Doctors are all just looking at him like, what's with this little nigga? He ain't got insurance. He ain't paying us money. Like, what? But Deku, he just goes up to the counter. He says, hey, can I check my quirk? Or can you guys check my quirk? I swear to God, you stupid bitch. She then just stops and she then says, oh, sorry, young one. Notice I incorporated a song into my what if. I'm a genius. Anyway. Him. Oh yeah, by the way, thanks for 900 subs. But yeah, this what if will be going till about 10 o'clock. Seeing as that's when I have to run a D&D session. But yeah, you're welcome. So, they then say, yeah, sure, right this way. They do the normal stuff. They take the blood. Deku don't flinch. But yeah, and then Doctor comes back. He's just like, you have an armament quirk. So essentially you can summon a suit of armor. Kind of looks futuristic-y-ish. And, minor regeneration, super strength, super speed. You're hecka resilient. Yeah. He then would say, oh, well, thank you then. As then, he would go home, tell his dad, and Hizashi would be like, just slurring, drunk. Then maybe some Novocaine, I don't know. Anyway, but yeah. So, yeah. And so Deku, he just goes to the backyard, trains his quirk just a tad bit every single day. But yeah, and does his best. So he's sitting there bench pressing Hizashi's car one day when this This big muscular dude with black hair that's slicked back, looks kind of spiky, walks up to him as he then says, "Hey, kid, you look at least to be pretty strong, giving as you're bench pressing a car. Anyway, wanna learn one of my techniques?" He then says, yeah, sure. As he then says, "Alright, dope, good." As he then just takes him to his house. And no, Deku's not gonna get that early on guts treatment. No, I'm not having. Actually, yes, but we'll get to that later. I'm gonna have Deku get hoed as a 12-year-old. Anyway. But here he learns the technique of making his body produce an irregular, and I mean an irregular. Oh, hello. Amount of I was about to say steroids. Not endorphins. You know the thing. Whatever. It just makes his heart beat faster, therefore improving his physical ability by a bunch. Yeah. I'll let y'all know if I think of the word later. Anyway, but yeah. And so Deku's skin will turn red when he uses it. Also, Deku's built like this as a 12-year-old. Can lift roughly 3,000 pounds. But yeah, and so one day when Deku was walking back from school as a 12-year-old, this man snatches him up from an alleyway, and he gets that guts treatment. For those who have read Berserk, you understand what I mean. Yeah, man's got hoed. Like, big time. Like, whenever man has to take a dump, it just slides right on out. Like, there is no struggle. Okay? Like, nigga. Him, but yeah. But yeah, after that, he kind of just tossed Deku to the side. And then Deku just ran home, took a shower so fast it wasn't even funny. He was just sitting there crying in the shower as a 12-year-old. Muscular enough to stop it. He just didn't know what was going on. He had a restraining quirk. So essentially, hold person. If y'all don't know how that works, essentially you hold a person or creature within, 60 feet. And, yeah, they're hold in place. But yeah. And then, after that, though, Deku unlocks the secondary ability of his quirk, Cursed Energy, which caused tattoos and a second set of eyes to appear on him. Hence the high perception. Actually, it's not that high according to one of my players who has a 37. Anyway, continuing onward. But, yeah. Continuing. So, Deku, he trains even harder, as then when he's walking back to school, back from school, like a few months later, Deku spots the same dude as he's about to snatch up a girl this time. A little girl with red hair. Yeah. You're. I don't know if I'm safe or not, but let's check. We are safe. But yeah, so essentially, so what in the world have they done? Anyway, but yeah, so essentially it's just a female Kirishima. Y'all know the default picture that I normally use. Yeah, I should probably add this one to my photos at this point. But yeah. Shawty just look like that. So, yeah. Hashtag armor type buddies. But yeah. But, yeah. And so, as a result, the curse techniques that Deku comes up with for the curse energy thing, backtracking a little bit, Aoi Todo's innate technique, Boogie Woogie, yeah, so, teleportation / switching of objects. So, essentially an object or creature that he can see within an unlimited range, but they have to be within sight. He can clap his hands, and at the clap of his hands, he will then switch places with that person or object. He also comes up with Malevolent Shrine, as well as the technique known as Black Flash. Where's Maharaga? But yeah, he also comes up with a technique called Maharaga, which, if you're caught up with the anime, which you should be, you fucking... I didn't say a thing. Anyway. But yeah, so essentially he can choose, well, essentially what Maharaga does. A big pirate ship wheel forms on his back, well, in a space between his back and it. There's like a foot of space. It appears behind him, and he can adapt to any attack or damage. But he can only do this for a short amount of time. Roughly about 4 minutes. Actually, no. 1.5 minutes. Is the maximum amount of time currently that he can use it for. And after that, he is very, very tired to the point where he cannot move for about half a minute. But yeah. Continuing on, he then makes the dude switch places with a fire hydrant by using Boogie Woogie. But yeah, as he then uses Malevolent Shrine, Horoki Mizushi, as he puts his hands together in the Tsuken thing, and Shrine appears, and almost all people within 200 meters of him are all dead, some severely injured, but there is high damage everywhere. Everybody thought that it was all for one. Nah, nigga. Anyway, but Fem Kirishima, he does shield from it. Because, yes, masterful. But yeah. Deku then says, "Yeah, sorry, that dude was about to rape you." As he then just clenches his cheeks. Shin said, "He just asked me if I want some candy." No. No. He was going to give you a long rod. Shin says, "What do you mean by that?" He then says, he was going to shove his dick into your either ass or pussy. I don't know which. He then gets PTSD. But yeah. Hey, he still got a D in the end. Oh god, I'm funny. Anyway. So, Deku, he then introduces himself to Kirishima, as she then says, oh, well, you can call me Kiri, and thanks for saving me from that child rapist. He then says, also, don't tell anybody I killed everyone here. She then says, huh? As then she realizes that there are corpses and blood everywhere. She then is scared, as she then just cries and runs away as fast as she can. He then just lets out a hideous laugh. As, yeah. Although, out of her health bar, she does take a solid, 13 damage because, yeah. And, her health bar currently is only about, like, 45. So, yeah, it hurts her quite a bit. Yes, I'm using health bars for this. Because, yeah, I've been playing so much D&D that it's actually been hilarious. Anyway, continuing onward. You children, / people that are watching my videos, you guys will probably get a different version of this completely, so you probably won't see all the stuff that I'm doing on a D&D character sheet, because I got a new editing software, although it's still on my phone. But yes, and a link will be in the pinned comment for my fellow creator buddies. But yeah. So, continuing onward. He then makes everybody, and I mean everybody, no. So Deku, he goes into school. He's still bullied by Bakugo. Yeah, Bakugo's still a dick. Although Deku is about to sleep with his little sister. She's only littler by a year. Anyway. I know, his older sister. Continuing onward. Also, Melly's trial is in July. Hashtag free that nigga. Anyway. But, yeah. So, Deku, he does take all the money from all them bodies, though. Like, I'm just saying. That nigga takes wallets, change, watches, all of it. But yeah. So after that, Deku just walks home, continues his life as normal until we get to the 10 months of training. Or no, 9. Anyway, but Deku, he does still go under that alleyway. As then, when the sludge is about to, well, get him, he activates his armor, which can negate quirks. As he then looks over at it, then says, huh, well, as he then just goes to grab its eyes, which he successfully does, squishing them both completely in his hands, wiping them off with a small towel, as he then says, what else will it take to kill you? As he then just puts his hand straight through the sludge, killing it because again, negates quirks. So essentially it's like him stabbing through a normal human. But yeah. Anyway, but yeah. So, he then just goes and rips his hand out. All Might notices this, or actually, no. He sees this tall, roughly 6'3" man in armor, just like this, with his hand through a man, again minus the shield. As he then says, how annoying. As he then just makes his armor disappear. This man is roughly about 6'8". Or actually, no, let's tone it down a bit. 6'2". Deku, higher. 6'5". Let's go 6'5". Hashtag I'm still taller. Anyway. Yes, that's the only reason why I didn't make his height overly ridiculous like I normally do. Because I realize that more people are just as tall as me. And I want to thin that number out as much as possible. Anyway. I'm just saying. Be happy atatan kumpo. Anyway. Anyway, continuing onward. Because I'm bored and mentally ill. All Might then says, "Oi, you there. Come with me to jail. You just killed that man." He then says, "That man was trying to kill me. It was self-defense." He then says, "It doesn't matter. You still killed him." He then says, okay. He says, "I saved us a crisis. Be happy." As All Might then goes as fast as he possibly can. And restrains Izuku. And as he restrains Izuku, he slams him into the ground, pinning his head to the floor. As he then just carries him off to the police station, where he then say, this boy doesn't have any, parents or anything. He is in his last year of middle school, though. All Might then says, okay, well, whatever. Young man, I suggest you try out to be a hero. And then maybe I'll overlook this mistake. As All Might then leaves, because he's running out of time. Well, even more time. But, Deku then says, "Can I leave?" As the cop, as having a hard day at work, he then says, "Yeah, sure, I really don't give a fuck." Also, Deku has bumped into Kirishima a few times, and she constantly gets PTSD just from looking at this man's 4 eyes. Yeah, the 4 eyes and tattoos are permanently on his body. But yeah. But, Deku, he just trains a ton, and I mean a ton, to the point where he can casually lift 5 cars with one arm. as a curl. Don't ask how. Carl, you're an intern. What did I say? Don't ask how. Anyway, continuing onward. It is now time for the entrance exam. As Deku, and he looking saucy for no reason. He just walks in there looking like this, but minus the overcoat. Overcoats, sorry. So essentially he's just wearing that skin tight shirt that's under both the casual dress shirt / blazer. Yes, that is an actual blazer. For those of you that constantly get dress jackets and blazers confused, that is a blazer. But yeah, he's wearing that, and he just has his hair slicked back and spiked up, kind of like that one faithful dude that he met. And by the way, that dude that he met was the number 5 hero in the world. Shortly after teaching Deku all that he could, he then killed himself. Because he felt like he finally contributed enough to the world after that. But yeah. And coincidentally, it's the same day. Well, it's the same day on the calendar as when the dude first met Izuku and committed suicide. And Deku has taken up the last name of Yu. Or actually, no, he's taken up the complete name of Yu. And that's Y-U, by the way. Like the letter Y and then the letter U. But yeah. So, yeah. And, Deku, he's walking as he then spots Kirishima talking to to Mina, Jiro, a female Kaminari, the invisible chick, and Momo. Yeah, let's say Momo's there to like cheer her friends on. But Deku just glances over, looking at her. She then looks at him, gets a little scared, and like hides herself behind the group. But Deku has a very cold stare nowadays. It's very, very cold. And yeah. Anyway. But yeah. So, the coldest nigga to ever... Also, by the way, the end of this made me cry. Just a tad. Like, the boxer can be very emotional at times, okay? Anyway, but, yeah. So, Deku, he then just, begins to constantly, and I mean constantly, give her quick, short glances. Just, looking at her. But yeah. Um, uh, Deku, shortly after, then says to her, seeing as she keeps hiding behind the group, Asian says, "Do I know you?" As she then very scaredly hides behind the girls even more, as the girls are then just like, hey, creep, back off. Asian says, no, like, I looked over here to look at that schedule. As he then points to a actual schedule behind them on the wall. And he then says, and she keeps hiding behind you guys for some reason, I don't know why. Then say, do you know him, Carrie? She then says, yes. He then says, from where? Looking very oblivious. She then says, that day you, saved me, you very, very scary man. Clearly looking up to him, like, neck is on full tilt, okay? Like, motherfucker cranked up. Then says, oh, right, you were that red-haired chick. Anyway, hopefully you do good. Sen just waves her off, continuing in. But, yeah. She then, after that, continues to talk talk with her girls, as she then says, he also killed a bunch of people, like, quietly to them, as then they all look scaredly at Deku. He just has a very, very cold expression, as he then just walks inside. Then say, like, how many people? Like, 2? She then says, no. Y'all know that massacre that happened, like, 4 years ago? Or, no, it was 3 years ago. She then says, oh yeah, the one in Shibuya? That was absolutely terrible. Didn't you live close by there? She then says, yeah. And he's the one that did it. They're just like, good joke, Kiri. She then says, I'm not joking, I sat there and watched him. She then says, why did you watch? Why did you not run? She then says, I don't think he expected to kill all those people either. I don't know, but he is scary. She says, as she then looks down at her shoes, as she then says, no! I creased my J's. Mama then says, you creased your... Whoa, God. As she then looks... I just dropped my phone on my face. As she then looks down at Kirishima's shoes, as she sees a pair of, retro off-white Jordan 4s. That are very creased. Like, irreparably creased. I just angered a lot of sneakerheads. Also, by the way, this has to at least have 50 views, 20 likes, and 3 comments for me to upload the next part. Just saying. Anyway, continuing onward. So, Deku, being, well, Deku, just sits down and takes a nap. He just doesn't even do the written portion. He's not a nerd like in canon. He's a musclehead. Or actually, no. I'll take that back. Deku is the smartest kid you will ever meet, as he has Toto's IQ. Okay, 5,300,000. Or wait, no, 530,000 was his IQ. As he then just solves it all within 2 minutes. Or actually, no. Even less than that. 47 seconds. As he then just goes down, he puts the corrected grammar mistakes where Nezu should have indented, how he properly should have worded it, and he even drew an entire manga on the back. Being specific, he drew Guts dying. Well, Guts' death. But yeah. So continuing onward. Everybody sees Deku just get up that quick, as they then all just think that he's asking where the bathroom is or something. President Mike then says, "You're already finished?" As then everybody's in an uproar. Bakugo and his little sister both noticing that that's Deku. That's the pretty boy. That's a genius right there. The one that we bullied. Well, the one that Bakugo bullied. That looks more like Mitsuki than it does a female Bakugo. Oh well. Anyway. But, yeah. So, she realizes that it's Deku, her crush. Well, she has a crush on Deku. She's just not going to say this to her brother. She can ask Deku personally for some D. Continuing onward. Excuse me, adding photos. Oh wait, yeah, you guys probably won't see. Anyway. But anyway. So, Deku, being, the way that, he is, just, flexes on everyone for no reason other than, he feels like it. As everybody, like, Bakugo then looks at what Deku's, like, he takes a good look at Deku and sees that this nigga is shredded. Like, just completely. 10. Puck. If not 12. They're not very defined, but it's borderlining on 12. But yeah. So, yeah. And they realize that Deku has a tattoo on his right arm. And, y'all know Kawaki's arm? Let me find the thing. What the ting. Yeah. Or, no. Let's go with Boruto's. Yeah, Boruto's. But yeah, he has Boruto's karma on there. Yeah, just popping off. And then he has the 2 rings, and then he has the rest of the Sukuna markings on him. But yeah. And Baku then yells, "Hey, Four Eyes! How'd you get done so quick?" Deku then looks up, recognizing the voice of Bakugo, as he says, "Oh, hey, Katsuki and Katsume. How annoying, a Pomeranian and his owner. Oh well." Asan just begins to walk back to his seat. As Bakugo, hearing this, it begins to seethe with rage, as he's about to stand up and say something, as Deku then says, "You stand up, I'm making you swap places with the ceiling." He then says, "How is that possible?" Deku claps, as then he switched places with a ceiling light. As then Bakugo begins falling. President Mike just then thinks to himself, he should have shut the fuck up. But after that, everybody finishes. Deku does catch Bakugo, as he then says, "Oh hey, an ugly ass Pomeranian." As he then just drops him on the floor after. Alexa, next. Alexa, replay this song. Crazy. Also, by the way, y'all niggas need to hear this song. Like, nigga, have y'all heard Breezy by YNW Melly? This shit crazy, my nigga. Crazy, my nigga. Crazy, my nigga. My nigga. Crazy, my nigga. Anyway, continuing onward. It's a good song. Check it out on YouTube. This will also be in a link. You're welcome. Anyway. But, yeah. Like I said, free Melly, nigga. Anyway. So, Deku, once he goes in there, he then just, looks down. Or, actually, no. He then just sits down as he then watches everybody run out. As then just says, I'll give them 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. As then he puts his hands together in a Buick Tenkoi. Sorry. Buick Tenkoi. Arake Mizushi. Yeah, Malevolent Shrine is amazing. As everything is then just shredded into pieces. Buildings, robots, everything just decimated. As they all just hear Deku start laughing, as he then says, well, took one move, and they were all gone. Have everybody else rescheduled. As he then just walks back, as he then says, oh yeah, and that was my quirk, so give me all those points. Just leaving them to deal with the 0-pointer. And Bakugo, he hears that it was Deku's quirk that did this. As he then says, that bastard, he's had a quirk? And he didn't tell me? Angry Pomeranian activate. Anyway. Deku then just says, yeah, whatever. Continuing I'm gonna go now. As All Might then says, "Oh, hey, it's you! I thought your quirk was armament." He then says, "Oh, no. My quirk is essentially classified under one quirk. And I just like to call it King of Curses. Because my life is a curse. Okay? Anyway, continuing on, as All Might then says, "That's depressing. Well, I look forward to seeing you in Class 1A. He then says, "I should have a class all to myself, okay? Because I just shattered your record in 0.2 seconds. Not counting the head start that I gave them. Although if we still do that, it's 3.02 seconds. As he then just taps All Might on the chest. As he then just walks out. And everybody realizing that this was just one person's quirk, they immediately do their hardest they can to figure out who that one person was. As then they all come to the conclusion, it was that black-haired kid, the one that had the skin-tight top shirt. He, oh my god. They're all just immediately now scared. But yeah, and so Deku, he now, at that point, just laughs as now we time skip, and everybody else that's in Class 1A will be there. They just had to reschedule the day. But yeah. Or send them to a new training thing. I mean, a new exam area. But yeah. So, yeah. Deku, he walks in 7 minutes late to class as they're midway through introducing themselves on Aizawa's order. As then just walks in, sits down in an empty seat, and just begins to fiddle. And by fiddle, I mean he just starts teleporting random people's stuff in other people's book bags. He teleports Momo's vibrator into Aizawa's sleeping bag, as Aizawa then just gets pegged in the cheeks. Dude, this is so weird. Aizawa then immediately wakes up as he then says, "Yo, what's vibrating?" As then just clutches his cheeks, gets up, gets out of his thing, as he then picks up a dick-looking vibrator. Yeah, it's pretty big, roughly 7 inches. I don't know why I'm specifying this. This makes me seem weird. But anyway, continuing onward. He then looks as it then says, "Property of Yaomomo." As he then says, "Miss Yao Yorozu." Yeah, and that was what replaced his phone, so that means Aizawa's phone is in her book bag. As Deku then just like snorts a little. So that's what I switched. As he then just laughs a little bit. As he then says, "Sorry, Aizawa, that's one of my things." As he then just claps. As then, where he was holding the pink vibrator, his phone then appears in his hand. As his phone is quite slimy. As he then just takes a sniff. Yo, why I smell like Gucci? He then realizes, as he then just drops his phone, steps on it, as he then says, "I'll buy a new one." As he then just squirts himself with hand sanitizer. As he then says, Monsieur Yorozu? Detention. Detention. Shan says, the person who had my oh my god. He then looks over at Mina. She then looks over at Mina as Shan says, you didn't. Mina then just blushes as she then puts her head down on the desk. Deku then says, that's some weird shit. Oh well. As he then just walks out of the room. As he then says, and next you're going to say, go to the outside so we can have a test. As he then says, also, you all can call me you. My quirk is King of Curses. As he then just leaves out the room. And Deku gets overall first place. I'm not going into all the things. Let's just say if it had to come to anything physical, it first. But yeah. But yeah. So after that, Deku then just laughs as then they go to lunch and everybody's staring at him. They see his lower set of eyes just like looking at everyone, but his two bigger eyes are closed. As he then says, maybe I should spook people. As he then just puts his hand over his mouth, as then a mouth, tongue, and a singular eye appears on his hand. As it then says, as everyone in there takes about, I don't know how much damage. Roughly everybody's health point / hit point value is about 240, 250. They all take 200 damage, and so all of them are like very, very badly hurt. Just by his breath. Okay. He then laughs as he heals everyone. As then says, oh god, you all should see the look on your faces. Oh my god. As he then laughs, gets his food, and leaves. As he then goes to the staff room. As he then sits in there with Aizawa. And Aizawa asks him why he's in there. And says, oh, to explain my abilities to you. As he then switches the tablecloth for a big pitcher of boba. I don't know. Yeah, I tasted the boba for like the third time. It's pretty good. But continuing on. But yeah, so he then explains that he can teleport things with a clap. As he then pours the boba into a glass. As he then pours Aizawa a glass. As he then says, anyway, continuing on. I can summon a thing that can essentially insta-kill most things within a 200 meter radius. I can double tap people. I can increase my heart rate to make myself even stronger. I essentially have complete control over my own blood and heart. So yeah. Um, I have skill that of a professional MMA fighter, boxer, and wrestler. And I can summon armor as well. As then says, oh yeah, and I can become immune to stuff for about 45 seconds. As I was then just shocked, as then says, what does the armor look like? As then says, oh, you wanna know what it looks like? As he then just turns his armor on. As then says, but why purple? He then says, cause purple is a good color, fight me. No, Jid, purple is a good color, fight me. Anyway, this is where we'll be ending it off. I have to warn my players that, again, there's a session tonight. Anyway, I'm gonna see y'all later. Have a good day. Keep it crispy. Spam free Melly in the comments. But, yeah. I'm gonna see y'all niggas whenever y'all get to the goal that I said. So, yeah.